The briefing that the Home Affairs Minister Aaron Motsoaledi did in Parliament today, where he again defended the decision by Home Affairs to charter a plane at a cost of 1.4 million rand, which he said was not a luxury plane, not by any means. It was the cheapest charter available for 14 officials to fetch Thabo Bester and Nandipa Magudumana from Tanzania. And he said the first people in the country were police and somebody from Home Affairs, but it wasn't anybody from immigration. And somebody from immigration needs to be there. And the Tanzanian authorities insisted on this being done properly, on having the right makeup of officials from South Africa in Tanzania. They insisted on things being done correctly, as they should insist on things being done correctly. And Motsoaledi told MPs earlier today our only option was to fly commercial. If we have to do that, we needed to fly a team of 14, each had a role, to Dar es Salaam, hire minibuses, at least 2, and drive 600 kilometers to Arusha, and then drive another 60 kilometers to Mount Kilimanjaro, and then do it all again on the return journey. We looked at the logistics. We are forced to charter flights. 1.4 million was the cheapest of them all. We never asked for a luxury flight. It was the cheapest. Third of that's going to be paid by Home Affairs, the rest by other involved departments. It doesn't matter which departments. It's your money, it's my money, it's the money we pay in personal income tax, corporate tax, GST, VAT, I mean. And the chartered flight was the best option because it would not be acceptable to take 2 people in handcuffs with a bunch of persons watching them on a commercial flight. I don't think anyone would have allowed that, I quote the minister. We, South Africa, have never deported anyone in a commercial flight. We can't do that in as much as we want to save money. So I thought to myself, I've seen films and I've read books in which prisoners are transported from one place in America to another place in America, from somewhere in Europe to somewhere in the UK, in order to stand trial in their originating countries. And surely the people who write those books and make the movies can't be stretching the truth that far. It's a very simple Google search. Are prisoners transported in commercial aircraft? And very, very quickly taken to a cornucopia of internet sites which talk about exactly this and the standards that exist for this, which is that the prisoners board first with their accompanying security personnel, and they sit at the back and they are handcuffed, and they are not allowed to eat or drink while they are on the flight, unless the flight is longer than 4 hours, in which case they are allowed to eat with their hands and drink through a straw. And they are not allowed to have anything which they might use to try and effect an escape, which I'm not sure you'll want to do flying at 31,000 feet, but there we go. So it is commonplace around the world. I've found one website, which was an aviation chat website, in which a American Air Transportation Board statistic was quoted saying that up to 200,000 American prisoners are transported on commercial planes every year. And I also said, okay, Johannesburg to Arusha flight. You can fly to Nairobi on Kenya Airways, and you can fly from there to Arusha with a 2-hour stopover at Nairobi and a 2-hour stopover at Nairobi on the way back. You don't have to drive 600 kilometers in a hired minivan. So it doesn't seem to me, surprise, surprise, that the South African authorities investigated other ways than spending 1.4 million rand on a chartered jet to bring Thabo Bester and Nandipa Magudumane back.
Afternoon Drive with John Maytham
on CapeTalk.